At the heart of the forest lies a secret. In the place born of darkness and primeval nature resides a mighty and terrifying guardian. Immune to human steel, it is believed the Leshen is nature's way of protecting the forest and the animals that live within it from the threat humans started to pose upon their ravaging expansion deeper into the lands. Leshen or Leshi is one of the unique, rare, and mysterious monsters in the world of The Witcher, as a result intriguing a lot of people to know more about them. They are smart woodland creatures capable of crafting and even using magic to control animals and planets in their territory. As their inhabitant is deep dense forest, you won't find them anywhere else. There's also very few of them left, so encountering one is a rare experience. Leshens are known as forest spirit, or in Slavic mythology, he from the forest, making it obvious that Leshens only come in male type. But then, how do they breed? There's an interesting story behind that in Slavic mythology that I will explain later in the video. Leshi differs from other monsters in many aspects. In terms of attacking strategy, they have some tricks up their sleeves. Unlike many other monsters who just lunge at you with their claws and fangs, Leshens have the ability to order and summon ravens and wolves to help them in fighting you. They also have the ability to make use of tree roots as they dig their hands in the ground and send a chain of tree roots at you, which deals a lot of damage. During the fight, they tend to teleport and attack you from different positions, making them a versatile fighters. Yet they are vulnerable to fire, so using Ignisign or throwing fire bombs is a good way to fight them. In terms of form and appearance, Leshi is made of wood. It has a trunk as its torso and branches attached to it, making its arms and legs. On its head is placed a deer skull with antlers. Yet it is not Leshi's true form. In fact, Leshi has crafted this form using a skull and tree branches, obviously. In Slavic myth, Leshi is able to assume any likeness and can change in size and height. In his native forest, the Leshi is as tall as the trees. But the moment he steps beyond, he shrinks to size of grass. We can deduce from this sentence that Leshen gets its powers from forest, making it product of the forest. And in return, Leshi protects the woods and the living beings in it. When he has the appearance of a man, his eyebrows, eyelashes, and right ear are missing. His head is somewhat pointed, and he lacks a hat and a belt. It is also said that when Leshi has a human form, he is extremely wizened and covered from head to foot with long, tangled hair or fur, and his skin is rough like tree bark, and his blood is said to be blue, adding a tinge of that color to his skin and allowing him to disappear easily into the woodland background. Some stories describe him with horns and cloven hooves, which has a resemblance to its form in the world of The Witcher. Now let's check Witcher bestiary to get more information about these creatures.
Leshens dwell in dense, primeval woods. Fiercely territorial creatures, they hunt with stealth and cunning as their only companions. They use their inborn magic to control the plants and animals within their territory. And so, when stalking them, half the battle is merely getting near enough to strike. Leshens old enough to earn the appellation, ancient wield advanced skills and tactics that make them particularly dangerous. Novigrad, the greatest metropolis in the world, the acme of civilization, material proof. Also, one is tempted to think of mankind's ability to tame and control nature, yet right outside the city walls lies the Novigrad wilderness, and whoever sets foot in it soon finds out that man's primacy does not extend past the city walls. One of the monsters who made its lair in that thick tangle was an old, powerful Leshen. It killed any who strayed into its territory with its species' characteristic cruelty, lacerating them with razor-sharp claws, sending strangling plants shooting out of the ground or feeding them to packs of hungry wolves. If not for its vulnerability to fire, the Ignisign included, and the protection of the Quen sign, one could wager not even the toughest Witcher would be able to slay the beast. Geralt of Rivia was only able to finally put an end to this Leshen after a long and exhausting battle. Once the beast died, the way was clear for loggers to move into its former domain. The woods now gradually fall to the axe. Perhaps one day they'll disappear altogether, and their monstrous denizens along with them. Some monsters are so powerful, local populaces begin worshipping them as gods. Such was the case with the Leshen dwelling in the woods near the Skellige village of Fearland. The elders were absolutely convinced the monster watched over them by defending them from their enemies and training their hunters. The Witcher had his doubts, however. Leshens are mean, self-serving creatures, and the ancient one living in the woods near Fearland was surely no exception. The Geralt knew freeing the villagers from their supposed protector's grasp would be no easy task. If he decided to even try, the Leshen known as the Woodland Spirit was so powerful as to have mastered the art of marking. This meant the monster had inserted his essence into one of the residents of Fearland. As long as this unfortunate soul remained alive and near the settlement, the Leshen would always be reborn near its lair. Yet even with the marked one eliminated, killing the Leshen would be no easy task. The monster commanded the obedience of the denizens of the woods. It could thus call on wolves, ravens, or even the trees themselves for help. Luckily, it had a weakness as well. It was vulnerable to fire, that born of the Igni sign in particular. The Witcher managed to kill the Leshen, ending the murders terrorising the woods around Fearland. Yet this did not mean the villagers' troubles were over.
In Slavic mythology, it is said that Leshy would lead travelers astray in the forest, getting them feel hopelessly lost. The intent of Leshy isn't always evil in such cases. He's more a mischievous being who enjoys misguiding humans from their path. People who are kind to Leshy when they meet are often recipients of gifts. In folk tales, cattle are tended for poor peasants, and princes are guided on their quest and find their proper princess. It might come as a surprise that some Leshens had wives, yet the wife of Leshy was not a Leshen herself, but a human. A wife named, and I have no idea how to pronounce it, Lehachika, who is a fallen or cursed human woman who left her village to reside with him. They even have children. Some of them are theirs, and others are the children who have gone missing in the forest. Yet not all Leshens are lucky enough to form a family and live alone, doing their job protecting the forest, and in some cases, killing people who pose a threat like hunters and woodcutters. This was all for today's lore video. Thank you for watching. In the future, I'll make more lore videos about Witcher monsters, characters, cities, and you name it. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, as it would help the channel grow. Have a nice day, and goodbye.